What is happening in 2026? I mean, we live in this world now where people literally exist at the fucking poles. You either live in the North Pole with the polar bears, or you live in the South Pole with the penguins. You know, you can't live in between. You can't live at a moderately temperate region on Earth. You can't go to the equator. You can't find a nice little warm tropical island. No, you can't do any of that. You have to live at the poles. What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is, in 2026, everybody is feeling the need to dig their fucking trench. Everybody is feeling the need to explain to you and I that they've got it all worked out. They know what you should be eating. They know what's happening in the world politically. They know this, they know that. Consciousness, no, that is just, an emergent property of the brain. It's machines all the way down. AI is wonderful. I know what's going to happen with AI. Everybody now, folks, has a fucking opinion. And you see everyone's opinion. They refuse to use their openness, their curiosity, and their imagination. Everybody in 2026 is stuck in an echo chamber. They are stuck in an echo chamber where they only listen to other people that confirm their worldview. This happens in the scientific community. FYI. The whole point of science, when it's done properly, is not to confirm what you know. It's to disprove what you currently know. That should be your perspective as a scientist. Scientists are supposed to be the epitome of, let's just say, humility personified. That's what a scientist is supposed to be. A scientist is supposed to be someone who is actively searching for information and evidence that disproves what they currently know. They welcome the fact that they're wrong. That's what a true scientist does. A true scientist rejoices when they're wrong. They are actually happy. They basically want to be in this active pursuit of constantly trying to find something that counters what it is that they know. In order to be able to do this, folks, you must have openness, curiosity, and an active imagination. You need these three things to be a great scientist. If you don't have them, if you don't have openness, if you don't have curiosity, and if you don't have an active imagination, do you know what you do? Well, what ends up happening is you get your fucking shovel and you start digging. And then you see whenever you hear someone that says something that slightly contradicts what you think you knew about the world. You know what people do in 2026? Instead of putting the shovel down, so instead of going, whoa, hold on a second. Someone has just brought new information to my attention. This is interesting. So instead of putting the shovel down and, using the little rope to climb out of your hole and say, hold on, I heard you saying something there that was interesting. Please explain. And you sit and you actively listen and you engage with the person. Instead of doing that, you know what people do in 2026? Instead of putting the shovel down, getting out of their hole that they're currently digging, and listening to some other perspective that may contradict or disprove what it is that they think they know about the world. You know what people do in 2026? They keep digging. They actually recruit other people to help them dig quicker. And you know why they want to dig quicker? Because the quicker they can dig, the further away they can get from the surface. And the further away they get from the surface, the less likely it is they're going to hear somebody else at the surface who contradicts what it is that they say. And so what ends up happening is this person recruits a whole bunch of other diggers, and they all dig their way. And then before they know it, they are so far away from the surface of the earth that they're in the dark and they can only talk to one another. In other words, they've created an echo chamber, just like what happens on social media. The algorithms on social media, Instagram, Facebook, fucking YouTube, all of these things, they are designed to trap you in an echo chamber whereby you only hear people that confirm your worldview. It's not throwing you something that's going to make you think. It's not throwing you something that's going to make you pause and say, oh, hold on, I mightn't have this right. No, the algorithm just puts you in an echo chamber and feeds you what it thinks you want to hear. In other words, to use our analogy, the algorithm gets down into the hole with you and helps you dig your hole. And the algorithm just moves you further away. The social media algorithms just move you further away from the surface of the earth. And the further away you move from the surface of the earth, how likely is it that you're going to encounter some other new person with a new perspective when you're 1,000 feet under the ground in your hole? The only person you're going to have access to, the only people's opinions that you're going to have access to are the people who were digging the fucking hole with you. And this is what is happening with modern day science. Modern day science has gotten itself into an echo chamber. People who are involved in modern day science, they are in echo chambers. They have their shovels, they are digging their holes, and they are not interested in listening to any new perspective that might disprove or contradict what it is that they think they know about the world. And so what's happening, folks? Everybody is losing their openness to discussion, their curiosity to explore and find out new things about the world from new people who have different perspectives, and people are shutting off their imagination. And that's science, folks, in 2026. All these scientists that you're listening to, they all think, they sit there like yogis on the fucking mountain, thinking that they're right. They've surrounded themselves with a whole bunch of yes people who agree with what they say. In other words, they're in one big, enormous echo chamber. Everybody's telling everybody else within this echo chamber what they want to hear, and it's just marvelous. Nobody has to invest. You know that painful feeling, folks, when you think you know something about the world. You know that painful, sinking feeling when you have a perspective about the world and new information's brought and you realize, oh dear, I was wrong. I was either entirely wrong or I was partly wrong. You know that initial, and we can't avoid it, folks. There's an initial, and it might last for a very short amount of time. There's a sinking feeling where you go, oh dear, I got that wrong. But then you engage your openness, you engage your curiosity, you engage your imagination, and then you're over the hump very quickly. And you're like, great, okay, well, I found out something new and interesting that's updating the information in my mind. It's going to allow me to clear out more distortion. It's going to allow me to generate more accuracies about the facts of reality. It allows me to see the world with a little more clarity, with a little more openness. And it's drawing me further away from an echo chamber whereby other people within the echo chamber are just confirming what it is that I know about the world. They're not challenging me.